Okay, let's have a look. Let's see what we can do today. Oh dear, not the London system. No, no, not C3. Oh no, he's going to play the triangle. He's going to play the triangle with C3, isn't he? Uh-oh. He hasn't committed the pawn to C4 yet. This is going to be the London system. Right. Well, one thing I noticed, I think it was from Peter Sore years ago, there is something you can do if white plays C3, which is C5 and knight D5 to try and provoke C4, but he's played it now anyway. So I'm going for this setup, which seems fairly logical. So I've got the pressure from both bishops, but I'm being clamped down on all my pawn breaks. However, I can play knight E8 to C7, try for a very quick, not very quick, a very slow preparation of B5. The knight's also useful pressurizing D5. So hopefully like rook B8, bishop A8, B5, and it will be sort of undermining white's D5 pawn if he ever takes with the C pawn, as well as potentially liberating the rook and coordinating the rook with this bishop. So that's the plan, rook B8. In the meantime, white's going to sort of crash through perhaps with E5 and E6. Now an ugly move to play here is F6, which I think I'm going to, just to try and slow white down in the centre. So I'm going to carry on with my plan, just bishop A8 and B5. So I'm playing for B5 still, and although it would be losing a pawn now because white cemented that D5 pawn with the move E4. So so is this a case for a change of plan? Maybe maybe H6 and F5, because then he's moved the bishop away actually from F4, so he's not actually preparing E5 anymore. So I wonder if I can get control of that square with something like H6, F5, F4, then knight E5, just sealing white's counterplan in the centre. On the other hand, as soon as I play F5, he's always got takes. He's on E7. I was like, H4 is interesting. Maybe knight E5. If he takes, I can take and play the knight to D6. So it's a change of plan from B5. But the circumstances are now that he's solidified D5. It's not really, hasn't got the advantages of undermining. Am I going to get double pawns here, or does it matter? I think I'll assume it doesn't matter that the knight on D6 is good compensation. Actually, on D6 I can also still prepare B5. Okay, so here I wonder, Queen D8 or Queen E8. Queen E8 helps prepare B5. That's a good decider. Queen D8, there's also Bishop D5, sort of annoying pin. But he's coming into E6 now, so I think I have to challenge that to stop Queen E6. Alright, this is still kind of not too pleasant, but maybe this is the time to try and generate some counterplay. Even if losing a pawn, something like C4 after and Queen C5 might give me some counterplay. But this bishop's hemmed in. I like this bishop maybe somewhere else. Hemmed in by this pawn. What can I do with Queen C5? Well, just knight takes B5 actually if the bishop moves. Maybe I can finally get this rook to be active, attacking B2, but he can play bishop C3 and attack E5. So still, I don't know, Queen B8, attacking and defending. But then this bishop is not brilliant, is it? So what about E6? You can take, but then E takes, bishop takes, Queen E5. It's not that pleasant. But E6 in principle is something to look out for. Maybe Queen B8 for the moment. Maybe the idea of Rook B2, just a positional sack, try and exploit this pawn. Drop this Rook back to protect the G6 pawn. So Okay, so e7's under fire. What about rook f6 now? So where's my counterplay? This bishop's still stuck. I want to play e6 in principle, but other things have passed by. What about e takes? Just to undouble the pawns now. Protect e5. Okay, so queen e8, trying to protect g6 and e6. Time to move this bishop out, I think. If I can get bishop b8 to c8, bishop b7 to c8. Just trying to evict that queen as well. Maybe d7 is good. So eyeing the queen side and the king side. And g5. g5 will allow queen g6 and queen h5. Okay, or bishop a4. Or king h7, there's bishop h6. Like, so basically there's opportunities now. It seems as though I'm getting back into the game a bit now after this fixing of pawn structure. If I can get a nice bishop to h6, then that's pretty cool. And also if I can exchange off these light square bishops, I can get into these light squares with something like bishop a4, so I'll try that as well. So the combination of dark square and light square attack is coming in now. So okay, except my king's not that safe, so I'll try and come into the light squares. Okay, so here I don't know, I've still got problems. If I move off d7, it's going to be a check. So it's still, I don't know, about equal. Bishop f4 maybe, and d6. It's dangerous. So it's a tricky position. I want to sort of decoy the queen to f5 to play queen e1, but then king a2. So I don't know actually if I've got any advantage here to work with. Maybe playing for f5, so queen e8, queen f7, f5. Then it sort of loosens e5. But it might be worth a go actually, although d6 is looking menacing. Get my king over here as well, I think. Or bishop f8, trying to blockade with bishop e7 if necessary. So I'm on the defensive now, which is a shame. Okay, really defensive. That looks as though I've just blown the whole position. So I'm losing to someone 1981. Oh dear. Doesn't seem to be any drawing chance either. Not great. Okay. So he seems to be a queen up for nothing. Oh dear. So I'm just a queen now for nothing after all that. Oh god, am I going to get queen a8 or something? Nope. Oh, I'm trashed. Oh dear. Comments or questions on YouTube.